A good night of Shabbos, Parshas Vayera. Vayera Elav Hashem. This is the week that we start to see. Mamre, Pesach Harel, Kachayim Hayom. When it gets really hot, that's when you find the door. That's the Pesach Harel. So we mentioned before that when we have all the prophecies, the Navi was talking about that Bechemes Gog and Magog, what it's going to look like, and we're going to have all types of, a whole showdown and, noise and fire and death and whatever else is happening. So we have to understand that every Chetzonius has a Pnimius. When somebody says something, that is the Chetzonius of it, which is Megala, what the person is thinking inside. But then there is the message that what's on the other side of that. So all that is very true. All that is very true for all the noise and the Gog and Magog and all that, but that's happening on the outside. But the Navi says that when you hear that noise, when all that is going on, all that confusion is happening, then you should know that it's Yom HaGadol V'Noira. This is the day that that is Eliyahu Bim Avasar, that the Geula is coming, that the Geula is here. So of course, the more Chetzonis it is, the more we are removed from the panemius, from the inside, from the message, the real kavanah. The more chomer it turns into, the more chomer levenim it is, the more crust it has, the more toikev it has, the more it looks like it's a very strong, hard bones and a strong wall and all that. But really, that is when you get triggered to that point where it gets really, really intense. Those are the footsteps of Giz Mangu Laschem. The time has come where we are, going inside, and the sooner and the more we go inside, that softens the surface. Which means that what appears to be so harsh and so intense and so unbelievable, all of a sudden it just takes on a different shape, because everything it's just an energy, it's a dark energy that spins and turns out in an image of harshness and choshech and cruelty and all that. So if we look at it from that space, then it's an impossible mission. It's too much to deal with, and we get into the spin and we're making it darker and heavier. It becomes thicker and more chaimer. But once you see it for what it is, for the illusion, and you just go into the illusion, not that it's not really happening, but the illusion of what appears to be happening. So you can flip that by going inside and finding under the radar, going underneath the noise, which is when you hear all that noise and those heavy footsteps, know that is the Besira, that Higi is Mango Laschem. That mighty day, that big day where everybody's going to see that it's not a half-gewalt to do. There's a boss over here, and he controls everything. So you need to go in and listen to that message, and that is, and by seeing it that way, that it takes from that chomer, it starts turning it in and makes it softer and softer till it becomes like smoke coming out of a chimney. And you turn that black smoke into a white smoke. From positivity, simcha, Torah, davening, tefillah. Right? There's videos going around of soldiers sending out and asking for it to daven. There is no fear. The only fear they have is the fear that's being given from around. So that is Vayera Ilav Hashem. You got to see going into deeper, going into the core, going into the message, and pending as to where one is up to in their work and their level of alignment. One can read the message as in it's heavy and it's not fair and all that, and one can go to the message and understand that thing that judges and measures heaviness and darkness, that is dark. That's why I see it that way, because the glasses that's being seen through, the Vayera is foggy. But if you have the strength and the courage to go inside and to see that there is tremendous opportunity of awakening, there is so much going on over there. People doing, people that were never had a bris are doing a bris. It's just crazy stuff. It's urgent, such urgency. Pesach oil. Okay, Shloisha Nashim. Fine. So this week is also where, and this I heard from somewhere else, that this week is where Avram is, where Sarah, until now, Ishmael was still living by Avram and negotiated. They sent her away once, and then she came back, and she held her like she was kind of like putting pressure on Hagar. And then this week, Sarah finally says to Avram, that's it, he's out of here. Send him away, send Ishmael away. And Avram is not so sure about it, and the Eibishter says, yes, that's right, listen to her. It's time to send him, it's done. He's a para Adam. So I heard this word from somebody else, and I liked it a lot, actually. It was very to the heart. Yeah, so sending away, going into the possibility of who we are, not what is being projected and to be engaged in that space. Just Vayera, going inside to, what do I have to say? What is your message? What's your vibration? What's your feel? What's your truth? What's our truth? That is, once we send them away and we're going into Yitzchak, Tzchok Asilikim. We also have the Akedah. So yeah, so that's it. It's have an awesome Shabbos. Amazing times are coming and happening, and we're stepping into. And the work is to hold positive space for each other, that to see the potential and the goodness and the light in each other, and keep driving that, keep triggering that. If you see somebody in positive light, then he responds that way, and then you can respond that way, and then that creates a cloud, a hechel, the anan. And with the anan, you can go up. That's how you can enter, through the clouds. The Eibishter showed himself through the clouds. So have an awesome Shabbos. Create a positive white cloud with Amunah and Torah, tzedakah, kindness. Kindness can be thinking good on another person. That's a big tzedakah. That's probably a chesed shel emes type of thing, almost. Good Shabbos.